Stop everything right now. Don't scroll, don't move, don't let another thought pull you away, because heaven is watching, and this moment was written for you. What you're about to hear isn't coincidence, it's divine timing. This is not just another message, it's a heavenly alert. God says, I've seen your struggle, I've heard your prayers, I've watched the battles you've fought in silence, and I am stepping in. You've felt it lately, haven't you? That strange stirring in your spirit, that weight in the air that you can't explain. You've sensed that something big is coming, but you couldn't put it into words. Let me tell you, this is it. Heaven has been aligning things behind the scenes, and now the spotlight of divine attention is on you. Heaven is watching. Angels are on assignment. Every step you've taken in faith has been recorded. Every tear has been noticed. And God is saying, enough. Now I move. You are not invisible. You're not forgotten. The delay was never denial, it was preparation. You've been in the fire, and God's been refining you, not punishing you. He's been shaping you into someone who can carry the breakthrough that's on the way. You've prayed for financial freedom, for healing, for peace, and though it felt like heaven was silent, God was setting the stage. The moment has come for the turnaround, for the divine reversal, for the breakthrough that changes everything. Heaven is watching, and your response matters right now. This is a test of faith. Will you believe when it doesn't make sense? Will you praise when you're still waiting? Because faith that moves heaven is faith that refuses to give up. God says, I've counted every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every time you chose to trust me instead of fear. The reward is on its way. Your obedience has activated doors that no man can shut. Listen closely, God is saying, the enemy has tried to convince you that I've forgotten you, that your prayers fell on deaf ears, but I have been closer than you think. I've been in the details, rearranging what the enemy meant for harm and turning it into favor. You may not have seen it, but heaven has been in motion for you. You've been marked for breakthrough. You've been chosen for elevation. Heaven is watching not to judge you, but to confirm you. Comment 777 if you feel this truth stirring in your spirit, because that number represents divine completion. What God started, He's about to finish. What was delayed, He's about to release. You're stepping into a season where the unseen becomes seen, where the impossible becomes your everyday reality. This is not motivation, this is revelation. God says, my child, I'm calling you higher. I've tested your patience, and you've remained faithful. Now it's time to rise. The world has seen your struggle, but they're about to see your strength. The same mouths that spoke against you will declare, only God could have done this. You've been praying for a sign. This is it. This message didn't find you by accident. Heaven sent this to your screen because your destiny is unfolding right now. Don't scroll away. Don't ignore this. The Spirit of God is speaking directly to your heart. There's a shift happening in your atmosphere, and heaven is aligning blessings in your name. The opportunities that slipped away before they're circling back. The relationships that broke your heart. God's restoring what's meant to stay and removing what's blocking your peace. You're not losing, you're being positioned. Stop everything and listen, God says. The door that was closed in your face wasn't rejection, it was redirection. I needed to close it so I could open the one that leads to your destiny. What I have for you requires a stronger version of you. That's why I had to refine you in the fire. The pain you've endured wasn't wasted. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every loss, it all served a purpose. You've been stretched so you could carry more. The greater the struggle, the greater the glory that follows. If you're still here, it's because your spirit knows this word is yours. Heaven is watching your reaction. Will you believe it? Will you claim it? Because your faith is the key that unlocks the next door. God says, "You're not waiting on me anymore. I'm waiting on you." Speak faith. Declare victory. Step forward, even if your knees tremble. You've been praying for a breakthrough, but God says, you are the breakthrough. The atmosphere shifts when you speak. The moment you choose faith over fear, heaven moves. Angels respond to the sound of your belief. Stop saying, "Maybe someday." Say, "Now," because the time is now. This is your moment. Hit that like button right now if you're claiming this word, because your agreement in faith is a declaration to heaven that you're ready. Every click, every word of faith, every comment is a seed of belief that heaven honors. You're not just engaging with a video, you're engaging with divine truth. Heaven is watching how you respond. God says, "I've seen the financial pressure, the nights you've wondered how you'll make it through, but I am your provider. I am releasing divine resources, unexpected favor, open doors that no one can close. You will walk into rooms you weren't qualified for. You will receive calls that change everything. You will experience the kind of financial freedom that only I can give." This isn't luck, it's destiny. Your bank account might not reflect it yet, but heaven's economy isn't bound by numbers. God is saying, "You've been faithful with little. Now I'm about to trust you with much." The promotion, the partnership, the idea, it's already written. The connections you need are being divinely arranged. You're stepping into overflow. The waiting season is over. Heaven is watching because this is your proving ground. Will you trust God when it looks impossible? Will you praise Him when it's painful? Because that's when miracles are born. God says, "I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for faith. Even mustard seed faith can move mountains, and I'm watching for it in you." You've been carrying pain in silence, wondering when the healing will come. God says, "I am the healer." The anxiety, the stress, the sleepless nights, I'm lifting them now. My peace is flowing into your mind, into your heart, into your body. Healing isn't just coming, it's already happening. You're going to feel lighter, freer, stronger, because heaven is releasing restoration over you. Stop everything, because the shift is happening even as you listen. God says, "I'm sending angels to surround you, to protect you, to guide you. The attacks that were meant to destroy you will now propel you. The storm that tried to drown you will carry you to your promise." The enemy thought he had you, but heaven was watching, and I stepped in. Comment 777 if you believe this is your confirmation, because it is. Heaven is witnessing your faith right now. The same God who parted seas and raised the dead is moving in your life. The same power that resurrected Christ is awakening your purpose. You've been tested, but you're about to be trusted. God says, "Stop doubting your worth. I chose you before you knew me. I called you before you could hear me. I appointed you before anyone could approve of you. You are not random. You are not overlooked. You are mine." The world may have tried to label you as less, but heaven has labeled you chosen. The crown that belongs to you has your name on it, and no one can take it away. The waiting season has been long, but it wasn't wasted. Every delay was divine alignment. God says, "The next door I open will make sense of every tear you've cried." You're walking into a chapter so powerful, it will silence every doubt. The people who counted you out will watch as I lift you up. If this word is resonating with you, hit that subscribe button right now and join this family of faith. Because we're not just watching, we're walking into miracles together. Heaven honors community, unity, and faith. And when you connect with others who believe, the power multiplies. Heaven is watching for unity, for action, for belief. Listen, God says, I'm shaking what needs to be shaken so that what's eternal will remain. Don't fear the shift, the people walking away, the doors closing, the changes unfolding. They're not losses, they're transitions. I'm removing what's temporary to make room for what's divine. The pruning was painful, but it's making space for growth. Stop everything and breathe. Heaven is not angry with you, it's invested in you. The tests weren't punishments, they were confirmations that you're ready for the next level. You're not breaking down, you're breaking through. Every time you thought you couldn't go on, heaven whispered, keep going. And you did. God says, you've reached the turning point. The wilderness season is over. The promised land is ahead. The walls that stood in your way are crumbling. The favor that felt far away is finding you. Heaven has taken notice of your faithfulness, and now the reward is being released. Comment 777 if you feel this power stirring, because it's not just emotion, it's the presence of God moving in your space right now. You're not watching this by accident. You're chosen to receive this word, to carry this light, to walk in this promise. Heaven is watching, and heaven is about to move. God says, I am not just speaking words to you. I am depositing power into you. As you hear this, chains are breaking, lies are dissolving, and courage is rising. You've been told that you're not enough, but I'm here to tell you that you're more than enough because I am in you. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. Heaven is watching, angels are rejoicing, and your story is being rewritten in real time. Stop doubting, stop shrinking, stop second-guessing. God says, I've placed gifts in you that the world needs right now. You've been hiding them because of fear, because of rejection, because of comparison. But heaven is calling you out of hiding. This is your moment to step into your destiny. Your voice matters. Your life matters. Your purpose matters. Heaven is not passive, it's active. God says, every prayer you've prayed has been stored in golden bowls before my throne. Every cry has been recorded. Every act of obedience has been seen. And now I'm tipping the bowls. I'm releasing the answers. I'm unleashing the blessings. I'm sending the resources. I'm opening the doors. This is your season of divine overflow. Comment 777 if you're ready to step into it, because that number is not just symbolic, it's prophetic. It's heaven's way of saying, it is done. What you've been believing for is coming into manifestation. What you've been sowing in tears, you're about to reap in joy. What was hidden is about to be revealed. You've been looking for confirmation about your financial future. God says, I'm bringing financial freedom to your house. The debt that's been suffocating you, the lack that's been limiting you, I'm breaking it. Expect unexpected income. Expect supernatural favor. Expect open doors. Expect opportunities that seem too good to be true but are sent directly from my hand. This is not hype, it's heaven. Stop everything, because the enemy would love for you to scroll past this moment, to dismiss it as just another video. But God says, this is not a video, it's a visitation. The presence of God is in your room, in your car, in your space, right now. Heaven is watching your heart, your response, your faith. This is a sacred appointment. God says, the pain you've endured has equipped you for purpose. The rejection you've faced has positioned you for elevation. The waiting you've endured has stretched your capacity. I never waste anything. The very thing the enemy tried to use to destroy you, I'm using to strengthen you. You're not behind, you're being prepared. You're not forgotten, you're being forged. You're not abandoned, you're being anointed. Hit that like button right now if you're claiming this word. Not for me, for you. Because every act of faith is a seed. Heaven responds to faith. Your agreement in this moment is activating heaven's movement in your life. This is not manipulation, it's manifestation. Heaven is aligning with your belief. God says, "You're about to see me do what only I can do." The diagnosis will change, the doors will open, the enemies will scatter, the chains will break, the tears will dry, the peace will come, the joy will overflow, the provision will flow, the destiny will manifest. This isn't a maybe, it's a promise. And my promises are yes and amen. Stop everything and listen. God says, your past is not your prison. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your failures are not your future. I've thrown your sins as far as the east is from the west. I've made you new. I've called you righteous. I've chosen you before the foundation of the world. You're not defined by what they said. You're defined by what I say. Heaven is watching, but not to condemn, to celebrate. God says, the angels are watching your faith rise, your heart open, your spirit awaken. They're cheering you on. They're guarding your path. They're delivering your answers. You're not alone in this. You're surrounded. Comment 777 if you believe this. Let heaven see your faith in action. Let the enemy see your declaration. This is the moment to shift from waiting to receiving, from hoping to possessing, from praying to praising. Heaven is watching your obedience, your surrender, your faith. God says, stop playing small. Stop hiding your light. Stop minimizing your calling. I've put greatness in you because I'm great. I've placed a purpose in you that hell cannot stop. I've anointed you for such a time as this. Step into the room, open your mouth, speak my truth, walk in your authority. Heaven is releasing a new level of boldness over you right now. Fear is falling off. Shame is lifting. Confidence is rising. God says, I'm giving you courage like a lion, peace like a river, faith like a mountain. You're stepping into a season of overflow, of influence, of impact. Stop everything and breathe this in. God says, the very thing you've been praying for is already on its way. The people you need are being sent. The resources you need are being dispatched. The wisdom you need is being poured out. The healing you need is flowing. The peace you need is settling. You're not waiting on me, I'm waiting on your faith to rise. Hit that subscribe button if you're ready to walk this journey with others who believe, because heaven honors agreement. This is not just a channel, it's a movement of faith. When you connect, the power multiplies. Heaven is watching for unity, for faith, for action. God says, the storm you've been in is not to drown you, it's to deliver you. The fire you've walked through is not to burn you, it's to refine you. The valley you've been in is not to bury you, it's to bless you. You're stepping out of pain into power, out of loss into legacy, out of fear into faith. Comment 777 if you're ready to step into it. Heaven is watching. Angels are moving. God is speaking. This is your moment, your sign, your confirmation. The delay is over. The breakthrough is here. The doors are open. The blessing is released. God says, my child, listen carefully. This is the final part of this message, but it is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of a new chapter, a divine unfolding that heaven has prepared long before you were even born. You've walked through darkness, through confusion, through pain, but I've been there in every step. I've never left you. I've never stopped watching. Heaven has been watching, watching your faith, watching your perseverance, watching your heart stay open when life tried to close it. And now, heaven is responding. You've been asking, when will things change? When will I see the promise? God says, now. This is your moment of release. The chains that held you back are broken. The burdens that weighed you down are being lifted. The enemies that rose against you are being scattered. I'm turning your mourning into dancing, your fear into faith, your worry into worship. Heaven is celebrating your endurance. You didn't quit when it was hard. You didn't walk away when it didn't make sense. You trusted when all you had was faith the size of a mustard seed, and that was enough. God says, I'm rewarding your persistence. I'm honoring your faithfulness. I'm multiplying your blessings. You will not leave this season empty-handed. Stop everything and let these words sink deep into your soul. The pain you've endured was not in vain. The tears you've cried have watered the ground for your harvest. The prayers you whispered in the night have reached my throne. And now, I am releasing a harvest so abundant that it will overflow into every area of your life, your finances, your family, your purpose, your peace. You've been faithful through lack, but now you'll know abundance. You've been patient in waiting, but now you'll see fulfillment. You've been stretched in faith, but now you'll live in overflow. Heaven says, you are stepping into divine acceleration. What took years will now happen in moments. What seemed impossible will suddenly become your reality. Comment 777 if you feel this truth taking root in your spirit, because heaven is bearing witness to your faith right now. That number is your confirmation, completion, alignment, perfection in motion. You're not watching this by accident. You're being awakened to your destiny. Heaven has had its eyes on you all along. God says, the waiting is over. The shift is here. You've been through the test, and now comes the testimony. You've been through the refining, and now comes the revealing. You've walked through the valley, and now you're standing on the mountain. Look around. What was broken is being healed. What was missing is being restored. What was lost is being returned sevenfold. You thought you were overlooked, but heaven has been preparing you for the spotlight. The doors that once refused to open are swinging wide with divine invitation. The opportunities that seemed gone are reappearing, but this time you'll be ready. You've matured in the silence, strengthened in the struggle, and now you're equipped to carry what's coming. God says, your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. Your favor is being established in places your feet haven't stepped. I'm orchestrating divine connections, partnerships, and opportunities that will align perfectly with my plan. Trust me, because what's next will require your full faith and obedience. Stop everything and lift your heart, because heaven is rejoicing over you. The angels are singing your victory song. God says, you made it through the fire, and now you're refined. You survived the storm, and now you're stronger. You faced the enemy, and now you walk in authority. You've graduated from pain into purpose. You are not the same person who began this journey. The fear that used to hold you no longer has power. The doubt that once crippled you has lost its grip. The shame that once silenced you has been replaced with boldness. Heaven says, you've been transformed, renewed, and anointed for a new season. Hit that like button right now if you're claiming this word, not out of habit, but as a sign of faith, because when you agree with heaven, heaven agrees with you. Every declaration, every act of faith is recorded, remembered, and rewarded. God says, the blessings coming will not just restore you, they'll overflow through you. I'm blessing you so you can bless others. I'm lifting you so you can lift others. I'm shining through you so the world will know that I am real. This next chapter isn't just about your comfort, it's about your calling. You are the vessel heaven has chosen to carry hope into dark places, to speak life where there's despair, to bring peace where there's chaos. The light within you was never meant to be hidden. Heaven is counting on you to shine. Comment 777 if you're ready to be the light, because when you declare it, heaven releases it. God says, your obedience will open more doors than your talent ever could. Your faith will accomplish what effort alone never can. Stay humble, stay pure, stay ready. Heaven is watching and smiling, because you've made it through what should have broken you. You've stood firm when others gave up. You've trusted when others doubted. And now, heaven says, it's your turn. Your turn to be blessed. Your turn to rise. Your turn to shine. Stop everything and breathe this in. You are not waiting on breakthrough. You are living in it. You are not hoping for healing. You are walking in it. You are not praying for purpose. You are fulfilling it. You are not searching for love. You are surrounded by it. God says, the story is shifting, and you are stepping into the happiest, healthiest, holiest season of your life. I've prepared a table before you in the presence of your enemies. You will eat, you will laugh, you will dance again. This is the promise I've spoken over you, and heaven itself is watching to see it fulfilled. If this word has touched your heart, subscribe now and join this family of faith. We're not just listeners, we're believers, warriors, carriers of light. Together, we move heaven with our unity, our praise, our faith. God says, I'm proud of you. You've trusted me through every storm, and I'm rewarding that trust. You've believed when you had every reason to doubt, and now you'll see why I made you wait. You've been tested, and you've passed. This is your divine confirmation. Heaven is watching, not to judge, but to celebrate. Angels are recording your yes. The universe is aligning with your purpose. Your next chapter is written in light, favor, and unstoppable joy. So lift your head, wipe your tears, and walk boldly into the new. God says, this is your time. This is your season. This is your victory. Comment 777 if you receive it. Like this video to seal your faith. And remember, heaven is watching, but not to see you fail. Heaven is watching to see you rise, because you, my child, were born for this.